Hey, everybody. Welcome to Redeemer and to this episode of Wednesday Reflections. It is cold outside. It's a little chilly, and I was just thinking about how suddenly we went from hot to cold, and unlike other times in the South when you get like a 1 day cold and then it becomes 80 degrees again, this cold has lingered. And it seems like fall is starting to actually become fall as it winds in toward winter. And that made me think. I mean, again, last week I was, in short sleeves because it was really hot and 80 degrees outside. And now I'm happy to wear this thick wool pullover. Yeah, things are changing. Things are a little grayer. Colors are more muted. And what does that mean for us, especially as we start into a dark season of winter and the quiet and still season of Advent liturgically? It means we're waiting. In fact, Advent means coming, and we are waiting for the coming of the infant Christ. And yet, we are dealing with, seasonal depressive disorders and the holiday blues that a lot of people feel, or just missing that sunshine and the easy joy that comes with spring and summer. And it made me think about, well, what does this mean, for the earth? I mean, this is winter is when creation, as it were, takes a pause and winds down and gets rest and goes to sleep. Growth stops happening. Things wither and fade and die as part of the cycle of life. And so here we are, where our ecosystem is literally catching a breath. And it made me think of my own breath, my own breathing, and how important it is to remember something as simple as your own breath. If you're watching this right now, take a minute and just do 4 deep breaths with me. We're going to breathe in through our nose, we're going to hold it, and then we're going to exhale through the mouth. That was 4, maybe even 5. I kind of lost track because I needed that breath. I needed that pause. And you don't have to close your eyes or sit in a particular position in order to get some benefit from intentional breath. You can do it in your car seat when you're driving, sitting at a stoplight, or in motion. You can do it while standing. You can do it while sitting here in an office chair. Whatever you do, let your breath fill you and let you feel how grounded you are, whether it's grounded through your bottom in your chair or grounded through your feet touching the floor or touching the ground itself as you are standing. Let your breath ground you and let it give you strength and foundation and pause. I've talked about mindfulness and meditation and things like that, and I am certainly still a newbie with a lot of those things. I don't practice as much as I wish I did. But just like how when we are contemplating or meditating, we close our eyes and we try to empty our thoughts, not that we push away any thought from happening, but if a thought does come into our consciousness as we are sitting there, think of it as a leaf floating down a stream so that you can acknowledge it. You're not picking it up and looking at it, but you acknowledge the thought, much like a leaf floating along a stream, and how it it flutters with the current and goes around the bend, not to be seen again. So you can acknowledge it without commentary on it and let it go. Breathing kind of does the same thing, where you are constantly commenting on your own thoughts or replaying scenarios in your mind. And then you take a breath. And as you exhale, you feel yourself become more secure on the ground or in your chair or whatever. And it helps you uncomment on your mind or your thoughts or whatever it is that's rattling through your head. So whenever you find yourself in a stressful situation or an anxious situation, or you feel that things are moving too fast, just remember you can always push that slow down button by taking 4 good breaths. And even if you aren't feeling anxious or bothered, it's a good thing to do to check in with yourself, to check in with your body. How are you feeling right now? Just take a minute and connect to your breath. So let's wind up our reflection by taking, let's say, 3 good breaths. Amen.